What's up, beautiful people? Just want to touch base and apologize for not getting a video up for Real Talk Tuesday. I did everything I could to get this video that you're about to watch up for Tuesday. Unfortunately, when I left Noah's last week, I left my MacBook Pro charger here at Noah's, and I was about 60 miles away where I've been working. And so when I did my Real Talk Tuesday video for Tuesday, I actually did everything I could to try to get it up with one charge of my MacBook Pro battery. I actually got it loaded to YouTube, and for some reason it only loaded 5 minutes of it. So I had to just delete it. So what I'm doing is I'm re-uploading my Real Talk Tuesday video now on Thursday instead of Tuesday. So I apologize. So it's basically Real Talk Thursday, but I filmed this on Tuesday. Sorry guys. Anyway, to the video. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Rav. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. This channel is dedicated to full-time RV living and me living full-time in this vintage 1982 Dodge camper van that I call Bertha. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Tuesday, it's Tuesday, and I call this episode Real Talk Tuesday, van life, RV life, whatever you want to label it. It's full-time, boondocking, urban dwelling, all of those good things. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is talking about van life. And today's topic is a little bit different. Thought I'd tell you guys, I actually finally got some work last week, which was really nice. I actually ended up working on Jim Carrey's new show called Kidding, and then did another show Friday called Daddy Daycare that had Danny Trejo in it, and Linda Gray from Old Dallas fame. For anybody that ever watched the Old Dallas with J.R. Ewing, that was his wife, and she is in this new show called Daddy Daycare. So anyway, when I came over to the area where I would be working on Daddy Daycare, I saw one of the notorious RV, van life, commercial homeless blocks that I usually shy away from. But when I got off that night from working on Daddy Daycare, I was pretty tired. So I ended up parking over here to begin with because there was a lot of other RVs. And once I got off, I moseyed on over, found a different spot than I'd originally parked because I really couldn't park on the lot. They didn't really have enough room for my rig, so I ended up parking on the street with all these other RVs. You might have seen some of this on the news. They're talking about all the RV communities. And like I said, I usually shy away from them, but I thought, hey, this would be a good topic for Real Talk Tuesday. So I actually have been here for a couple of days now, and I thought I'd take you guys outside and show you what an LA encampment, RV encampment on a public street kind of looks like. And we'll discuss it a little bit. So let's mosey outside. So I'm literally walking right here next to the stage where we filmed on Friday. It's literally an old converted warehouse that they made a stage out of. It's a Netflix feature, so Netflix does that a lot. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of RVs on this street. So there's a couple of groups that are on Facebook, nomad groups, more or less nomad wannabe groups. There's very few really full-time RVers in there compared to what there are enthusiasts that would love to be full-time RVers. But in this one group, it's called Nomads, Vagabonds, and Wanderers or something like that on Facebook. There's a couple of people in this group that continuously ask, one of them is on the East Coast, and they continuously ask the same question over and over and over. And that question is, what's it like in LA? What's going on in LA? I hear it's against the law to live in your car in LA or live in your van. You can't live in your van full time in LA because it's against the law. I've responded to them like 15 times telling them there's lots of full-timers in LA. They can't get it through their head. They continuously ask the same question over and over and over. I tell them I'm a full-timer. It's like they don't believe it. Or they're just wanting attention in the group, asking the same question over and over and over. There's lots of full-time RVers, lots of full-time van lifers in California. They're all over this state. I went down to San Diego. I was worried about it down there because I've heard the cops are kind of like parking Nazis down there. I got down there, everybody's like, high five. Welcome to the Mecca of RV and van life. People live in their vehicles in LA. Yes, there are Walmarts that will not let you park overnight. They will have security that will come tell you that as soon as you pull in. You don't have to worry about it. A lot of times I'll pull in and just sit in my driver's seat, scope out the parking lot, wait to see if security approaches me. You just got to be smart about what you're doing. But there are a lot of full-time RVers in and around LA. One reason I shy away from streets like this that are packed full of RVs is because you could see how many people have their generators running. People have literally set up camp. Like the one RV right behind me, they're running their generator. They've got all kinds of stuff out around their RV. They've made a little homestead on a public sidewalk in a public street. That's going to do nothing but eventually get this shut down and run off. Eventually they're going to put up no parking for oversized vehicles 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. I've seen it happen. It happened to me over in Century City by the Fox lot where I used to park over there. There was a street exactly like this. I would just pull in there for the time I was working on the show, spend a couple of days there, and then leave. Lo and behold, I went back. Sure enough, there's no oversized vehicle parking signs from 2 to 6. My rig is right on the cuff of those limits. I think it's 22 foot and not over 8 foot high. My vehicle is like right at 8 foot, right at 22 feet. This place right here seems pretty cool. It's so packed full of RVs. I'm sure these businesses are eventually going to get sick of it. And again, they will probably petition the city to crack down on the RVs. But anyway, there are lots of RVers, full-time RVers in and around LA and California in general. There's 50 to 60,000 homeless people in Los Angeles alone. A lot of those people sleep on the sidewalks. A lot of them sleep in tents. RVers I don't really consider homeless, but these are kind of homeless RV encampments. I can't sugarcoat that, where people are just living full-time right in the same spot in their RV. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you're going to be welcoming the police to come bug you at some point. I don't know how long this has been going on here. Some of these streets have been going on for not months, but years. But eventually, I do think the city of LA are going to crack down on it. Van life, why it works for me and why it's like the perfect lifestyle for me. And one reason that is because I work all over the city of LA. Living in my camper van, I get to just go to work and park close to work. Sometimes I work a 16-hour day. I worked 3 days last week for 48 hours. 2 16s and then a 15, I believe. Something like that. Almost 3 16-hour days in a row. So it's nice to be able to get off work, just walk right to Bertha, get in, go to sleep, and I'm a nomad. I like to travel. So this lifestyle, living in this camper van, works perfect for me. Even in a metropolitan area like LA or wherever I'm at. If I wanted to live in a sticks and bricks or a regular condo or house or an apartment, I could do that, but I would rather be nomadic and not have to worry about coming up with rent and having a full-time job, and be a freelancer and work 3 days a week, be off 4 days a week, and still be able to make my bills and be able to pull in 3 to 4 days a week, a month, and make my bills. Preferably, I would like to work at least 3 days a week. I'd go 5 if I could find the right freelance job, the right show to work on. I have no problem working 4 or 5 days a week. But being a freelancer and a day player in the movie and TV and film industry, about 2 or 3 days a week is all you're going to get. So I'm totally cool with that. And I would rather live this lifestyle than have an apartment that I'm paying $1,500, $2,000 a month for and having to slave away at a full-time job. 9 to 5 or whatever, 5 days a week. It's just different strokes for different folks. And this is what works for me. And then I can go travel, try to make a little money, save up a little money, and then I get to work on this YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll get remonetized. That'll give me a little extra road money so I won't have to save up so much money to get out on the road. I like the van life. It works for me. I'm going on almost a year. September will be 1 year van life for me. It's already about 6:15. I actually have to get to U-Haul and get propane. I ran out of propane last night, so I don't want my stuff in my refrigerator to go bad. That's going to do it for this Tuesday of Real Talk Tuesday, Van Life Talk. We will see you, maybe, hopefully I'll get another video out or two before next Tuesday, but if not, we'll for sure see you next Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for helping me reach, we're right at 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. And remember guys, if you can't be good, at least be good at it. See ya.